Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So we are making a box today, but I'm going to do it different. I'm going to put hinges on it. So it's, when it is all together, we're going to be able to open it up like a jewelry box. So that is my plan. So for this, we are going to do the AO High blue with some of the Let's Resin Interference Blue mica powder. We're going to just put that in here and we're going to pour it. So I mixed 8 ounces. I know the cover takes 2. So I'm assuming that takes 6. So I mixed 8 for this. Then I did 5 for this one. And then we have this one, which I'm assuming takes 4 because it's a little bit smaller and a little bit shallower. So one of the experiments is we are going to take the Sukiyo Blue eye candy with this glitter. I don't know what this is called. It has no labels on it. And we're going to put some of that into this blue. And then I'm going to make up a little bit of the metallic silver. So what I'm trying here is for my counter upstairs in my office. So I'm trying to get the color that I want for that. And then for this one, we're going to do the same combo, the black, the bronze, and the pearl white. But I'm going to use the clear glue this time. And I'm going to make the majority of it white. So that's what we're going to do with that. So my resin just got done mixing. So I'm going to wipe my hands and I'm going to get my new gloves on. And we are going to separate some resin. And see if we can get the looks that are in my brain onto the thing. I don't know, but eventually I will get it. I am bound and determined. All right, so let me just kind of scoop these. So I ended up making 18 ounces. And if I have too much, we'll find something to do with it. And this is the Craftor resin. All right, so let me just wipe this. Give it a good spray. And then wipe it down again, and it will be good to go. All right. So that is done. Let me take a big stick, and I just want to scrape . And I did use my Let's Resin mixer for this one. All right, so we are going to, and I am going to do it a little different this time. I'm going to mix some alcohol and put my mica powders in there. So I'm just going to move this stuff aside for a minute. So we can have a little bit of room to work here. So I'm going to put 8 ounces in this one. And I'm going to put the alcohol in first so that I don't blow it all over the place. this just, it helps get your mica powder to dissolve much better. All right, that should be enough. Oh. As I squirt it everywhere. And we're going to put a scoop of this. Now, I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference because this isn't like black. So I don't know if we're going to get any shimmer from it or not. But I figured I would try. I thought I was mixing the wrong one there for a minute. I'm like, oh no. I got too many experiments on the side here. And then once we get the cover and stuff on, oh, that's pretty. Oh, I don't know. I might even like that for my counter. Oh, really? Wow. I'm just batting 1,000 here today, guys. And I just want to make sure that that is mixed in all the way to the bottom, which it looks like it is. All right, so let's start getting this poured. And I'm hoping it's dark enough. Eesh. You know what? I don't think it's gonna be. Let's just put a little bit more of this blue in, just to be on the safe side. I'm just gonna add some more to this cup. And I'm gonna try to put the alcohol down the side without and then I will just take some of this and put it in there because I think this is definitely going to be too clear. Yeah, that's more of what I want. So, you know what? I'm just going to mix so I can stir it a little bit easier. I'll pour half in there and half in there. All right, let's see how that looks. All right, that definitely looks better. Now on this box, this up part, what we're going to look at, that's going to be the top of our box. All right. It might still be a little thin, but we're just going to go with it. All right, so we are going to be short for sure. So, all right, let's go with that. And I'll just use less in those because those are more of an experiment anyways. I'm just trying to get a certain look. All right, I'm gonna have to wash these bags. It's all sticky. Because then I have to figure out which mica powders to order for my counter as well when I order the resin. So we've got that up. We got the shelf up. I got the shelf all painted today. So it's starting to, you know, look pretty good in there. All right. And let's... All right, I'm definitely going to have to mix more up, but I can always do that off camera because this part's, you know, just basic mixing and pouring. So this is nothing too spectacular. Let me get rid of that. Wipe my sticks. All right. Put those over there for now. And I still have some clear in here. So I want to stir that around. All right, so I'll mix up, I don't know, 4 more ounces and we'll get those poured after. But, all right, so let me get, I know I brought paper cups. Where did I put them? Right here. So I'm gonna, 2 little cups. For the bronze and the black. And the white we're going to put in this cup. So I'm going to put a good scoop of white. Now I know if I was doing 1 pigment paste with the 2 micas, I would achieve the look that I'm looking for, but the person wants all micas. So that is what I'm trying to figure out how to do it, to give her the look that she wants. All right, so we have a nice white. And we're gonna do just a little bit of bronze. Oh, let me put the alcohol first. Might be a bit much, but let's see, we'll get that mixed. Much, much less. And that's actually probably more than I need. And then let's do some black. All right, so we've got our black, we've got our bronze, and we have got our white. I'm going to put some glue in each one. One, and two. All right, so that is nice and gooey. Looks like booger snot. Yep, and this one too. And we've got this one. And that's nice and gooey. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just going to put a little bit of the black, because she wants most of the things white, the trays. So I'm thinking I'm just mixing way too much of the other two colors. But by putting the glue in here, first, I'm going to do the black and the bronze, and then I'm going to pour the white over it and see what happens. And I'm thinking that's all I was going to need. But let's get, before I start pouring, let's get some of the white drizzled. Because I'm hoping that those colors will just slowly merge with the white without changing the colors of it. All right. So we're just going to leave that and see what happens on the other side. I'm not even going to like fill it all the way. So I will have extras of this for sure. All right, so let me move this back. And that way I can kind of see what those colors did. And then on this one, let me see what I have left. So we have got 2.5 ounces. All right. So I just want a little tiny cup for the silver. Just a little bit. And I'm going to have to wipe this out because I got all kinds of colors going on in there. All right, so we'll put kind of a 1/2 ounce. Okay. And then this we're going to put into this container. All right, and this is definitely not the blue that I want. It was more of that blue, but we'll see. And we're gonna put some of this glitter in, and I will add some glue to this because I don't want the glitter to sink. Because when I pour it on my counter, whatever the top is what my counter is going to look like. So oh, that's pretty. All right, so let's put 2 drops of the glue, and that will help keep that glitter suspended. Just like that. Okay. So I'm gonna pour some of this. So I definitely made way too much of, but I can maybe use this in the top of that cover, whatever's left in the top. All right, so that is pretty. Get those bubbles. take a dotting tool. I probably put a little too much of the silver, but it's kind of doing kind of what I wanted it to do. It's kind of blending in. Come on, get off. All right, so I'm just gonna let that, because I think this is gonna be really close to what I was like envisioning in my little pea brain. All right, so let's dump the rest of this into this one. And we will see what kind of mess we can come up with on this one. Oh, I'm really liking this. Well, I might be changing my plan over to this color combo. I like that. So it's a little low, but you know what? I think can we add some blue to this? That is the million-dollar question. Maybe just add a little bit more on that. So yeah, I'm really liking that one. I like this one, but it lightened too much, which I think is just because it's the type of blue. So I'm just gonna see if we can darken this. And I'm almost out of this blue. Yeah, I am like scraping the bag out of that one. So that's kind of what we got for a color on that. We do have some black. Well, let's throw the black in there. Because I got to use them up. All right, let's see. See what kind of concoction mess that we can make. Do I dare put it on the bottom? That is the million-dollar question. No, that blue I was fine with. So we have this, this, and this. What can I find that is a little? Let me go grab two regular coasters. Hang on. All right, just grab these two. Of course, I got goo all over my hand, so it's already in there, but let's see. Can you guys even see what I'm doing here? My hands are so yucky that I don't dare try to move my camera because I'm going to get it all sticky. Crap. Not what I wanted to do. Not at all. Hang on. All right. I just got to remember if there's a little bit of the blue in there, that it was by accident. All right. So just pour the rest of this and we'll just kind of see what we get. You watch, this will be the prettiest one out of the bunch. All right, just take this, scrape out whatever I can. And I'm just going to leave the box the way it is. I think they're full enough. All right. Those tossed. Wipe this off. Get these wiped. Wipe that with my baby wipe. sticky everywhere. I guess this dripped way more than I thought. So I sprayed this with alcohol. Sorry guys, I've got to clean it while I got my gloves on. Ooh, sprayed a bit much. All right. Let me take a clean baby wipe. So far so good, guys. My hands haven't broken out. But that's why I'm trying to make sure that I do all my cleanup and everything before I take my gloves off, so that I don't have to touch anything that might still be sticky, to make sure that I'm not, you know. All right. And we will just leave these to dry, cure overnight, and then see what kind of results we get. All right. And I got something right there. All right, and I'm not going to swirl that. I'm just going to leave it. This is kind of looking galaxy, kind of, and this one is looking really nice. So this is probably going to be the combination that I use with a little bit of silver through it. But, all right. Get my gloves off, and I will be back when these are ready to demold. Okay guys, these are all cured. I'm dying to see if this worked. So let's get this out. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So I know now I can do those trays. Okay, thank goodness. Yay! We got one success. All right, so let's see how this turned out on the front. Yeah, it's okay. It's not, I am not loving the bronze in it, but you know, it is what it is. It's a coaster. And this is looking really cool. So this would make a beautiful countertop. It definitely would. So now I just got to come up. Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking I like this. Oh, that is gorgeous. But this is how it would look. So definitely I would have to put more glue. And maybe just not add the silver, or maybe just add little bits of it where it's going to be like a big counter. But that is gorgeous. That would make a gorgeous countertop for my desk. Yes, so I would definitely have to put more. I got a bat over here somehow. All right, let me fold this under. It's driving me nuts. It keeps lifting. All right, so let's get our cover out. So this is the top. This is what the top is gonna look like. And that is the underneath. So once we get it to open, that's kind of what you'll see. So that's pretty. I like that. All right, let's get this box out. Oh, I don't have enough room. I guess I gotta have to have him make me something down here. And I will have to trim the bottom because I could have put a little bit more resin in it, but I didn't. And I'm trying to not cut myself on the resin because that seems to bother my hands as well. Let's see. All right. I did scrape myself a little bit, but that's okay. So that is the sides. That's the box itself. Did get a few tiny little bubbles. But overall, it came out really, really good. Okay, so this is how the box would look just if you made just the box. And I will have to trim the edges as well, but I'm gonna let this finish hardening before I do that. So I do have some hinges here. And my husband grabbed these at the local hardware store for me. And we're going to use these because they have shorter screws. These ones kind of have longer screws. So we're going to use these and hope that they don't go like all the way through. If I can get them open. Let me get some scissors here. All right. And this is just one set. So let's see. I guess it doesn't matter which one's the front, which one is the back. We're going to do this as the back because there are a few little scratches that were in my mold. And we'll do this as the front. So my thought was, let's see. To go like that. And then I'm gonna, yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure I had it right. All right, so let me, I have a little ruler thing. All right, so we're gonna do 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter in. Oop. And all right, so we've got our 1 centimeter. So we know our hinges will be equal. And I have my little hand drill. And I'm just going to start a pilot hole. Just something for that screw to be able to bite onto. And doing it when it's fresh like this, it's because the resin is still going to cure for another 12 hours. So by getting your screw in there now is going to lock that screw into the resin as it cures. So it's not going to like come out and get loose. And let's do the same on here. And it doesn't have to go in very deep, just enough that the end of the screw will be able to catch. Okay. I'm bad as far as like lining things up. I'm so bad. So I'm assuming that, you know, one of these will be off a little bit. I'm pretty sure, but you know, you never know. All right, let me just stick that kind of in the hole. And, oops. All right, let me just see if I can start it with my fingers. Because I think these little trinket boxes, I think they would sell better if the lids were attached. And I'm not going to go all the way in because I want to make sure that I can line everything up. Now, if I could screw it in, you know, straight. Anything that I do on, like, towards the left of me, I suck at it. I just totally suck at it. All right, let me try to get the next one started. And I'm splitting my top. Are you kidding me? This will be our practice one. All right. It's those little narrow things that I like really struggle with. You know, like this is a big flat. I could put my fingers on it to hold it. So maybe the other one will go a little bit easier because I'll have this locked into place. And they're going at an angle, so I'm going to have to put something. But that's going to be really cute. All right, let me see if I can get this one started and going straight. I mean, I can, you know, I can always make a new lid, but we'll just continue with this one so I know if it, you know, is even gonna work. And I think the screws, it's just, they're long. Because I could feel that one wanting to come through. But, you know, we'll see. Yeah, that one came out better. Came out much better. Oop. And that's why they give you extra screws for when you drop them. Come on. So, note to self, get your bottom screw in first, and then when you do your top, it'll be a little bit easier because it's not going to be floating all over the place. And just line it up in that hole. And just try to go straight down. And I'm a crooked screwer. I have a hard time going straight, no matter what I'm screwing in. Okay. So, and they both did the same thing. This one's just not as bad. But look at how cute that will be. All right, so this one is way out of whack here. So I'm going to see if I can get it screwing down a little bit more towards, I don't know, towards the back of it. Or at least straight, so then I could put something without that screw complete, and it's not. It's just going to keep sticking right out. All right, so what to do. I cannot leave that like that. I cannot. Let's see. I know the hole is already there, but if I can get it to grip somewhere else than sticking out. No. All right. So now what to do? I mean, there is a lip there. I could definitely put some UV resin over this. Just don't know if it's going to be enough to anchor that in. Let me see, where's my... See, that's still sticking up a little bit. But if I cured it and I was pushing down on it. All right, let's try it. What I'm trying to get it to do is to bite in at a different, like a different spot, but it's not wanting to. Let me see if I try going down. It just still wants to just come up. I want it going that way. All right. So I guess we are going to put a clear layer of resin over this and see if we can get those to stay down. Because then I could maybe put some embellishments up in these corners over it. So let me get my light. And these were, they were like $4.50 a pack at the hardware store. One had one had two. So they're not that expensive. And I'm sure if you bought them like on Amazon, you could get a better, you know, a better amount. Ooh. Let's see. And I'll just do because what my idea was is I was going to use like one of these butterflies on the top as like a handle. So now I got to figure out something else to put over here once if I can fix this. All right, let's get some. And I know this is going to leak. Let's see. If I do it this way, maybe. And that way it's not leaking on my box. Hopefully you guys can still see that. Doesn't look like it's seeping over. I'm just trying to get this moved around and smooth so I can get it curing. And this way I know too that those screws will be locked in there. And then with whatever I put over it with the glue, maybe we can save this. Maybe, without having to make a new top. So I was thinking, you know, putting it in while it's soft, then it's going to lock the screw in. But maybe if it had been harder, I wouldn't have ran into that because it would have maybe gone in straighter. I don't know. It could be just me. I'm a bad screw with the screwdriver. All right. So I'm going to start it curing from up high because it is a little bit thick. Because I just don't want any sharp edges on that. Oops, shoot. I'm just trying to like hold that screw down as it cures, and then I'd rather put a little bit more in to make it straight, but we will see, because now I have a bubble underneath there. I do. All right, so we'll give it a good 3 minutes and then I'll be back. All right, so, it ain't perfect. And there was definitely a few little bubbles, but these are at least covered. So what I was thinking is we could use these as like little embellishments. Let me just set them on there first so we kind of see how it's gonna look. And these are sticky, but I would also put a little E6000 on the bottom, just to give it that extra. See where I got myself? Resin is sharp, guys. And I'm just making sure I get all this extra cut off so that when I peel it, I don't have that, you know, sticking out. Yeah, so I think that would be cute. And then that hides my boo-boos. All right, so let me get my E6000. I'm going to, I'm just going to make sure that this is as flat, you know, as I can get it. And then we're going to glue that in the center. And what I was originally thinking is I was going to, if I had enough of this, I was going to put this around the top on that, you know, that top lip, just to kind of give it a little bit of sparkle. So I think I would have enough to do the cover with this. So let's grab, come on, I know I have 6,000 in here somewhere. Get my cover loose, and we will try and get the paper peeled back. Oh my word. There we go. My word. Scissors here. There. Okay, this one wasn't so difficult. Okay. All right. I think we're saving it, guys. I think we're doing it. Yeah. That way we can get them as close, you know, to even as we possibly can. And I'm just going to put enough in this that it, you know, that it adheres. Yeah, is that a word? And I do want to get some of the outer rim too. All right, let me get the cover on this one. So there. Oop. Why do I do that? Are you kidding me right now? I think it's got to be a little bit deeper. So this will take a while to dry. And then I'll have to wipe up the swirly marks after, but all right. So let's see if, oh, and I don't have to do the back, that's right, because I have hinges. So I can do this like that. All right. That will work. So I'm just trying to put a a small bead of glue. And note to self, cut your stones first. Yeah. Okay. Now, I think we're going to match it on the bottom. Yeah, that's going to really be pretty. And I'll just have to make sure that I'm keeping a close eye. It would have been better without the dots, but I needed something to hide my screw up. Other than that, this box would have been gorgeous. Let's see. I need to lift it up on something so I can get the glue. And I'm just going to do all the sides. Okay. I'll get that piece of tape off after. So I'm wondering now, do I put 3 bling in the middle to bring in those? I'm thinking yes. That way, I was going to try to find something else to put there, but so again, I'm just trying to cut the extra spots of, you know, that glue so that won't show, even though it's clear. So usually I'll do all this, you know, if something doesn't come out, I'll fix it off camera, but I'm like, no, I might as well start doing it on camera. And that way you guys can see. If you screw something up, you can fix it most of the time. Although I have had some where I've got done doing my video and I've thrown it in the trash because I really didn't like it. All right, so I'm going to peel the tape off this, and then I'm going to put the E6000 on this. It would probably stick on its own because this is pretty sticky, but just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to at least put a little you know, something extra to help hold that in place. All right, where is my ruler? So at the 2.5 is where I want my center thing. There we go. All right, so let me hold the butterfly so I can, so that is our box. So I will get some final pictures for you because I know it's hard to see, but let's see if I can hold this and open. So then we have our beautiful little jewelry box. Alrighty, guys. Well, we got this done. So on the next video, we are going to be making those trays. And hopefully we can get this, you know, type of look. And obviously in the tray, it's going to be easier to get a line so they're not so, you know, even because it's going to be a bigger piece. But that's what we're going to, that's what we're going to go for anyways. So I'm wondering, should I try and UV that? No, I'm just going to let it dry. Could try a little hot glue. Because I want to get pictures for you, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that right away. And I'll pick all this dried glue off after. I don't even know. It's going to take a while because that glue is thick. So yeah, I'll just leave it. I will get some pictures later on today for you once that sets up and doesn't move around. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.